Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace, reporting live at Dizzy's Club Coca-Cola here at Jazz at Lincoln Center. Tonight you're going to witness and experience the sounds of pianist Jef Neve and vocalist Jose James. Their latest CD, All We Know, was released on Impulse Records, the legendary jazz label that produced such greats like Johnny Hartman, Charlie Mingus, as well as John Coltrane. This is the first Impulse Records release since Alice Coltrane's Translinear Light recording back in 2004. So these guys are getting ready to bring a new young face to jazz. Jose's vocal style is reminiscent of Johnny Hartman and Billy Eckstine, and he comes at a time when there are no real jazz male vocalists as well as baritone jazz vocalists.
That I it's autumn in New York. It brings the romance of New autumn in New York. With empty hands.
Jef, this is your first time here in the United States, so this is kind of like the Jef Neve world premiere, New York premiere of you and Jose, as well as people seeing you as a pianist. How does it feel?
It has been a great experience already. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. Of course, we know the States from television, and I heard a lot of stories. I've got some friends living here. My bass player from my own trio lives here in New York, for example. But to experience this city, that's really something else. I mean, I remember when we were coming down from the airport towards the city center that I got really emotional. I mean, like, it's such a specific vibe, and it really, yeah, it really got me there, and I like it a lot. Honestly, it feels like coming home in a way. So that's actually strange, because where I live, I'm living in Brussels. That's a really small town if you compare that to New York. But I mean, it really feels like coming home.
What was it like, the impact of the first set, just a few minutes ago, coming off the stage, playing to a full house, playing American standards? That had to be an emotional moment for you.
Honestly, you know what? I was scared to death before, but I mean, like, I just decided to embrace the moment and go for it. And actually, here's the thing: I'm not the best traditional jazz player in the world at all. I mean, like, I've listened a lot to the traditional players, of course. And I've copied them. I've been studying their licks and everything, but I try to add my own voice and try to add my own emotion actually to these beautiful songs. I think that's the only thing I can do, that I can try to do, and then there's a lot of classical background popping up, and yeah, but that's me. That's a part of me, an important part of what I do actually.
How did you and Jose hook up to record this very intimate recording, All We Know?
Actually, the recording was made in a very spontaneous way. I mean, like, I have a radio show in Belgium, and here's the thing: we invite, like, people to come over and play their live set. And Jose was presenting The Dreamer, one of his first album actually, and we decided to play some standards, and he was calling off Lush Life, Billy Strayhorn's Lush Life. And it felt just right from the first second. And so after the show, we We hang out in the bar, and Jose just basically asked me, like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, I have a day off. And he said, like, okay, let's go into the studio, let's capture this moment. And that's what we did, actually, basically. We didn't have any plan to put it out or whatever. It was supposed to be just for our own ears only. And here we are, playing at Dizzy's in New York.
Let's throw this thing down, man. I get sick when you hold me tight, just scream, but please don't you tease me. Been missing you since you went away, and singing the blues away each day. I counted the nights and waited for you. I'm in the mood to let you know I never knew I loved you so. Please say you love me too. When I get this feeling, I'm in ecstasy. So just squeeze me, but please don't you tease me. Just squeeze me. Yes, it just squeeze me. Will you just squeeze me?
The last time we spoke, we were back in March at High Roll on the eve of Blacksmagic.
Yes.
Now we're here at Dizzy's with Jef Neve on your Impulse debut,
Yes.
All We Know. How do you feel?
I feel great, man. I mean, it's, I had to reflect this morning. We were in D.C. and just, being in the city of Duke Ellington, of Marvin Gaye, thinking about dreams coming true. And, wow, man, to be on Impulse and to be doing a show in New York City, and to be bringing back Impulse, man, in a manner of speaking, it's just a dream come true, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm blessed,
I mean, you are bringing our generation to a whole new generation of music with these standards that you're bringing. I mean, Lush Life, All We Know. What made you go into the depths of the American Standard Songbook and record these with Jef?
Honestly, it was just the connection. I mean, we connected playing standards, and it was so deep and so immediate that we just said, man, this is something special. It's like when you meet somebody and for some reason you just like them, they get your jokes, they get your timing, you know what I mean? You can't learn that. It just is there or it's not. And for me and Jef, it's there musically, and we just captured it, thankfully, and that's the record.
Jose, which do you prefer now that we're seeing a whole different diverse musical palette that you've given us through Dreamer, Blacksmagic, and now the duo album with Jef? What is it that you feel more comfortable doing musically?
I mean, I do it all, man. I mean, I'm doing it all this year. I mean, I think that's the thing about being a jazz artist. We like to do a lot of different things. You know what I mean? We like to experiment, and just an artist, period. Like, it's good to experiment with everything. I mean, for me, I'm a student of Black American music. So if I go back to Louis Armstrong, I can trace that up to Ray Charles and D'Angelo and Nat King Cole and all these people. So to me, it's all this great continuum. And I think my generation, we're blessed to be able to look back on so much music and evolution and sort of take what we want and find a way inside that music. So I always tell people, it's like, it's all the same to me. It's all just great music that is ours. It belongs to us. So we have to claim it,
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at Dizzy's Club Coca-Cola here at Jazz at Lincoln Center here in New York City. I'd like to personally thank the staff here at Dizzy's, Todd Barkin as well as Scott Thompson, as well as the artists Jef Neve and Jose James for their time and hospitality. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport, for my weekly column as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Peace.
Autumn in New York. with pain.